Toshidele, the Pepe, Doji Baton Nambata, the Zamber Linge, Tajakale Juka, the Chamala, Toshidele, the Sanji from Zinana, the Samba Sevilis, the Niji Oma, Javan Sopa, Toshidele.
Toshidele to all those who are joining on the live stream and who are here, or the Vajra friends, and I offer you the milk tea which occurred from immeasurable compassion. I offer you the milk of immeasurable compassion which occurred from immeasurable loving kindness and compassion. Tashdele.
Good morning, everyone. First, opening prayer, page number 1. Tibetan and English.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Okay, now Vajrakilaya's text. Page number 1. The morning session is only Tibetan. Then tomorrow English. Wrote it down. Okay?
Oi to men gon bo gon san dor ye jang re ma chan to le je wo mo je wo je long bo dor ye ten chen za de me ye nye den der de chen ja ya la man za par jen ne ma ye ba nye ma je ba na na je ye wo ro zong kwa re ka je la zor wan de zo ta we zong ta yo je je wan so ge je dem je je san je len ba de me do je ya ren je bar zo ran dor be ma le Sorvande so jube so se yo. Yandar ye chore du dor ye sa. Sawa gen je do po dor ye je. Jer do ze je dor ye nam bar yom. Gander chen le je do zo be la. Jue je yen le nyen je che be go. Den der bar wa chen bo nyam je ga. Bar jen chen jo ban zar go ma ra. Yen ye song yong ko lo jen de yam. Top dam par sin top je dong je ze. Chan da go son dan je wang so so. Dor je per be jim ko la zo la. Zor wan de so de le nam jar yo. Ram zon re be zar zon te na zo. So ge go cha da ye per ba je ye sa. De ne nyen ze do zo je bar yo. Pong an den san dor yen ko lor dam. Na ye je da de jen dor ye je. Tse me nyen ye per wan ro ro la. De ne to ye jang ta den bar yo. To da go da ye ye nyam yor ve. Me zem bar ve cho won den cha ye. San jo sen je per ba yan yen ga. Dem ne sen jo de be den do yo. Zi je dor ye do wo yon de de. Zi ne me do we. Zi ma zi je per ba ne zi la. De ne no be zi kan tan je yo. Bom be de jan na me la re do. Nye mon de jan de don sa je de. Je da de jan che me ze wa nye. La ve de jan len ro so do yo. Le ye yon den je po nyon ro je. Chi ba da ma on jo me war ye. War ye da ge do be nye se de. Ba ye da tong go ba yo do yo.
Page number 12.
Oi namo lama ganjaye dala yarva nyamze tsoje la dadang rovo senje na sanja gebe javsanje namo lama ganjaye dala yarva nyamze tsoje la dadang rovo senje na gozang gebe jazonje oi namo lama ganjaye dala yarva janze tsoje la dadang jena gozang gebe jazonje jema nagan ogan darzezer dele pervedyen korda gorva done dobezer Zeme yara zenye doi ke madaga dogan darzeze dele pervedyen gorda gorva done dobezer Zemi yara senye oloi ke madaga dogan darzeze dele pervedyen gorda gorva done dobezer Teme yara sanje oido.
Page number 7.
Noi won benza anertai kandale hana hana Hombei wame sobai wa shedai sarva dharma sobai wa shedai tongbe ngangle damle ramboje ye no da omle dorma de zerjo Om ah hong Om ah hong Om ai hoi Om je deve deve Loka bala sa pare war Benza saman zai Om je deve deve Loka bala sa pare war Edam balenda kaka kaye kaye Om je deve deve loka bala sa pare wara Edam balenda kaka kaye kaye Om je deve deve loka bala Sapare vara edam bale โลกาปลาสัพพะเรวราอากัมปะเตปิเปเดเปอาโลเกเกเดเนเวเดชาตาปาเดตา Dai
Page 13.
Yeah.
21.
Noi won ben za gala gala ya sur a di cha mo mo ha la da guen yong bo zi da nya ma ra ya hong pe won ben za gala Galaya Mangadala Magadala Tatala Tratala Shata Raja Hong Rakin Yombo Maraya Hong Pe Won Benzakil Galaya Raktan Zola Mandala Raja Dagwe Washangur Maraya Hong Pe Do Vajenam La Tong Troye Kam San Jen Ro Wala Jisa Chabar Yor Danye Bar Jambo Sarve La Paye Bar Dave Jen Kor Jadenta Agar Boyam Bar Nyame Jen Kor Javis Mamar Boye Jasor Mongala Dave Jen Kor Sima Ke Paza Mae Dento Hong So Ahai Yen Jasor Mongala Nyeme Jen Kor Sima Ke Paza Mae Dento Maulama Bandan Yen Na Woda Yave San Sing Ar Yor Dele Ayav Yam Lam Je Sawar Yor Wama Shene Dan Jana Sova Arma Go Hoi Samaya Hoi Samaya Tha Den Zai Zale Yav Yan Yon Bar Yobe San Je Sen Je Wo Zer Je Purva Garden Je Shone Yege Hong Ten Gar Yor Wo Ben Zer Gul Galaya Hong Zai Hong Ye Yong Se Jerva Cho Won Ten Na Xia Jie Cha Ni Jie Samba Ye Purva Dan Yong Jak Jo Nam Pa Gu Me Nam Ja Je Purva Sir Sang No War Ngar Dan Den Pa Ngar Je Sor Me Ne Den Pa Da Me Ye Ta Tan Cho Wa Di Jam Du Go Ma La Hong Ga Ra Jum Hyo Je La Cho Wo Je Jam Du Wo Ma La Do Bo Je De Cho Wo Je Ya Yo Chan Thap Dan Je Ba Jam Du Wo Me Lo Ye La Go Ma Ye Che Sin Je Wo De Ji Ve Gen Ye War Song La Per Song Je Ni Na Sa War Yor Da Dang Sim Chok Ba Bu Ba Ga Tam Je Jang Cho Chong Ten Na Ne Zam Ba Hyar Je San 那错多心下当切瓦嘴巴，格拉呀耶扎的热周贝，半场米巴当巴就见过三界，拉左南界扎瓦翁尔波，人巴阿马尔波。Tokar hong hong bore zambar yo hong san ye gun ye ran yin go ngan ye do ye che yen le bar ve to vo me se pa ga ye ye da da ye only was a carbon so Yarwanam Golani Benje Bapur Goya Toge Salatam Omje Nambar de Tawar Tembe Lujas and Chodambar Dewa Yevatam Jeje Kotor Yedani Dojo Om Buddha Kalaya Kaya Benzene Zola Zola Tran Zola Tran Zola Purta Purta Sarvana Sabanaye Om Om Sanje Kunja Raye Song Manye Dorje Juyen Le Barve Trovo Men Song Ye Sadati Jimba Al was a Marbon Sotje Jarwanam Song la ni ben je ba per song sa lap tam aye ka nam ba ter de dim ba ala dem nga ga ne pa cho de ba de song do ye da ne do yo wo be ma ga le ga la Wakam Benzane Sarwan Durje Shesho Danaye Hong Pe Wong San Ye Gunje Raye Tok Nganye Dorje Jeyen Le Barbe Towo Meze Ba Togye Ye Da Toga Hong Le was a Mombonje Soje Jarwa Nam Je Tola Ni Benje Baper Toge Sala Danje Wonga Nombor Sarde Nyenga Dembe Senjen Todon Chodan Bar Dewa Ye Botam Je Todo ye dani do yo wo bandarga galaya jita benzane bedale menda manga dala dala wompe jengor samje dor ye samje sawon le song 我健康生了财，先见他们见，所以耶稣万国人这个牛梦把你讲的上我安内色这德州的家德州博养我的神。 哦啊，我生的家子的，大当心交给你生的天边， Tam sân sơ pa sân la wang jo war jo. Om a hong. Om a hong. Om a hong. Sabba hyore samaya. Zai ho. Ban ho. Hong tab ye ye ben do den da. San dan. San ye de le zon ze be. Wang dang we de der zor ye. Saparan. Pe ye to ge hong le wo ze sop yen che. Sop ye jar wa ge nge dan yin kor dan je ba la po. Tog ye ge de wang ger we so wa da be. De wa ye ba tan je je go song to. Yuan din te le tam je je o wo pa won de nge ran yi. Char da ba san wa ra na hong ge de dang go we ne ngan du. Ten ba le song we. O hong zhang she. Mang la man ban dai nam sa ya de da le karma hero ga zo war je pe ren a ya yum je kor je yun sa ne de je yun ba pe le je nang ga chan tong ya ya nam te be ye xing ai ya wang ge yong se do ba jo.
Go back. Number 21.
Ra ra to ge wo ze ye 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 san ba jian zhang jo. High on the boy,
头发紧后呢，来的有。
Light rays radiate throughout the 10 directions from the seed syllable and the mantra string at my heart, invoking the 3 roots of Maya from their very hearts. All their blessings of body, speech, and mind defend like rainfalls in the form of white Om, red Ah, and blue Hong, dissolving ceaselessly into my 3 places. Then all the blessings and powers of all the victorious ones' compassion in the form of inconceivable Vajrakilaya deities, large and small, gently fall and merge with me. The deities of my body mandala, as well as the deities in union residing within my channels, are like the seeds of an open sesame pod. They and all the mandala deities recite the mantra, resounding like the broken beehive.
고도해.
Lamas Rinpoche, Kodo.
오야야. 그 주로나 봐. 다행바 장장에 다로만 이제 그 조디디 단양이 가듯이나 상하게 단양이 제나 상하를 제름도 조름 이요래. 제름들이 세 나와 담지 또 말하자면 제들이 제름들 남문의 조름들이 돌지 무보다 심히심바 담지 돌고 요래 되는 조디 퍼바다 냠내지방 누가 조디 우리 저서 레장능이 이 시스만 총강성 대에서가 땡딩스마들이 세제도는 레장성 이 시스만 총강의 니강의 총강한 총 책다 보세요 이 가라들이 님백지고 심하게 봐서 이들은 심하게 봤다 님백지고 심하게 봤다 이들은 세제도 된 냄제장소 세제도 된 냄제장들이 띠아이 요갈장마도 요말에 띠아 용갈장디 나나 이 홍자나 부주바다 디테라 이 온베다 길길라야 홍베지 누가들이 곰토고 띠곰 총고지 동거리 semte지고 름고요래 름들이 됐다고 곰토거리 그래서 곰토들이 말아봐 야라는 주도래 야라 총도 마소 말아 치를 마소 베테리 이랬다가 몇 바지 책들이 삼재게 곰들이 뽑아가지냐니 유치에가 곰고지 때에 저다 제를 제벌마 돈이 용서줘서 그 봉화 김치 삼치 보가치 과시마 김치 서봐서 마소 이제 세조왕한테 라모하모가리 나샘이 뭔가데 시가리 대윤이 마고 쉬어래 사배하고 요래 이발이 말이 치바게 되게 요래
So, Dharma friends, most of you are senior, older Dharma friends, so I'm not going to speak too much, but so generally speaking, whenever we practice the Vajrayana practice, a Vajrayana practice consists of the generation stage and the completion stage. And the purpose of the generation stage is to purify all appearances into emptiness. And then the actual purpose of the practice is the completion stage. And through the completion stage, we shatter all fixation to a concrete inherent existence of things. So in the practice of Vajrakilaya, the most important visualization to focus on is in our sadhana on page 19 and 20 in English, where it says, in the main deity's heart is the wisdom being the size of a thumb joint, and standing upon a sun disk and rolling a kila between his two hands. And then in his heart upon a sun disk is a golden vajra the size of a barley grain. And in the center of that vajra, so that there's a hung, and so that is as large as a mustard seed. So it gets smaller and smaller, and that hung is then surrounded by the 9-syllable mantra, Vajrakilaya Hung Pet, and that is the main thing to visualize. So you visualize this very small, and the purpose of visualizing very small is to kind of to allow for a single pointed focus. And when the mind is single pointedly focused, then actually you can visualize clearly. it is said in the story of Milarepa, when Milarepa he entered into a yak's horn. And when he entered into the yak's horn, he did so while actually not getting any smaller, but also the yak's horn didn't get any bigger. So this is through the focus of the mind. And so just basically visualize how it is described in the sadhana. And so this part here, this visualization is really the main focus, the visualization of Vajrakilaya, and that's what you have to visualize, practice like continuously. It is said that the generation stage is primordially established. So primordially, inherently, your aggregate sense sources and elements are Buddhas, are the deity. Buddhas, male and female Buddhas, male and female bodhisattvas, gods and goddesses. For example, the 5 elements are the 5 female Buddhas, or the inner afflictions, the 5 afflictions are the 5 male Buddhas, or the 5 wisdoms. But anyways, this is something that you all know. It is just something to bring back to mind and recognize it as it is. Lesso?
차공 도 말이 차공이 쉬지 요래지 이 차공 가래 그 접속되는 차공 단지 그 접속네 단지 상지 좀 되게 그 소리들이 심지 남는 상지 혼자 로버트 매접성 로버트 막 가래 다다랑 레고로 빼나 뭐 잡고 내 자리 나도 내 강은 나의 집안들이 남지 로버트 좀 요래 근데 망보사서 카바고 밥술들이 카토고 차들이 차로 차로래 베티래 다디의 미소는 진지다 예리 상지에 내가 예쁘는 바 눈에 여기서 저좀 이 답수공 같은 소는 이런 이제 저기요들 말들 사바들이 돌아오더니 돌아오더만 사바 봉고요 말이야 내록 시성들이 참말함이 하고 요래 내록도 투바공은 매송 들이다다 말이 밖에야 근데 뭐하고 돌아줘봐 세왕디 라를 하고도 만난 거 왕성 상하 탐지 되려네 하고서들이랑 난 폭간제 지섭을 라래디 라가리시를 도도도 말이지 저로 쉬어서들이 철저저고 쳐들 되게요 말때 라래디 도도 사도 좋은 들이지 문디부터 남들이 자공가로 되게요래 자공을 쉬어서 동해요 말이지 이 동해 매매 대화좀 대도고 쪼쪼사 족sep고래 아무 문도 좋아들 사족sep배는 가양양이 제토고 말이야 나지기보다다 사족sep을 말들이 소장 하송 가르를 소설가 빨리 예누 공화 예누 공화성 사실값을 임시로 조화성 사학값이 동시 봐성 랑신 사제 인정 마시에서 샘들이 남카나지 남카를 누구에 매바게 누구에 매배 대화치 못해 세분 일록 돌았대 뒤거리들이 양양도 시거래 그 사지 좀 되게 숨발에 적디 감다 똥다 데 내를 도제 강제 봐 측주타대 동격대 도적 남발 공부해 대다 탐지 공부할 줄도 돈다고 대발 다지기요만 선남카다 하고서 다지집에 하고래 그 하마고서 석상에 랑랑 싸가래 랑랑 하마고네 내로 돌들이 대하고 선남카다 하고서 들이 상족세 들이 상제시 봐지 상제 나기 니지 봐 상송살라 그 선남카는 이제 나그가 저 세고 잡도래 들이 28지 대마도 그런 남시이지 다른 남발 시바데 이걸 랑투고 하고 서로 내롱담 하고 요래 뭐좀 총총 거도를 납시를 나인도 봐도 도도를 잡노래 대도 하고서 되니 저당 상하 동시 소서나 대티들 조사 족세거든 잘장거래 이런 것들이 많이 마시를 사족샘는 사바샘이 되고나 사바샘이 줄라 깨나 Three Rangi Luhaya, the time were the Malariba Gedi, this somebody, Salam Batangi, Labdata Gidi song, or there is someone Labda Kari, Tuta shaking to the Gota, you know, me Bazi, Ragatim Rangatata, several Oja, Lumubati, Dandi Jaso, Yipi Lord the Killer. There is some art on the new gods of Gory, there's Yipi Lord Shock Jagori. We release the Takian that the Sangaki and Tassingur, that me man know, you know, she's about the Nam Chi Yang Gom, Sabba Tepar Gom, the Tarmambo Sugar Man, the devil, the devil and Taraga Kashi to Yare, devil Lord Nano, Chia.
And so now for the meaning of the secret mantra of the Vajrayana, it is to recognize that all sentient beings are actually Buddhas. And so this is what all sentient beings do not realize. So what's an example of such a sentient being, or of saying that all sentient beings are Buddhas? It is like saying that ice is actually water. And a beginning practitioner doesn't really like to hear that. But really what this means is that ice is not stone, it's not a rock. Ice can melt. And how did the water become ice? It becomes ice due to self-grasping. The Buddha said all sentient beings are actually Buddhas. They are only obscured by adventitious stains. So what is the adventitious stain? It arises right now in this moment. For example, I'm drinking my cup of tea and I think my tea or my body. It is the grasping at me, mine. That is this adventitious. The adventitious meaning it arises momentarily and just naturally, just comes up. And then we have accumulated a lot of that. It has become just like snow accumulating into a very large iceberg. And so all sentient beings primordially are Buddhas. That is, whenever self-grasping goes away, what it remains is Buddha. All sentient beings are Buddhas. And that is why in the Gongchik, it says that their generation stage is primordially established, meaning that when we visualize the deity, we are not fabricating something new. It's not like we put on totally new clothing. It's just we are seeing our true nature as it already is, and everything is found there. Therefore, it is said, if you realize your true nature, there is no higher learning than that. Milarepa said, when the vase is placed on your crown, that is the outer empowerment. When you visualize yourself as the deity, that is the inner empowerment. And that's really the meaning of all Vajrayana practice. Seeing yourself as the deity, understanding this, is to recognize that my aggregates, elements, and sense sources are all the deity. And how are they the deity? So they are not like concrete, substantial like beings, but it's just ice having melted into water, very fluid like water. And there is no suffering in the deity. The deity has no suffering. The suffering arises when we begin to think of a self and then develop dualistic thinking. The ice block always experiences suffering. The water experiences no suffering. So whenever the ice block melts, you reach a state of great bliss that is beyond all suffering. And so what we mostly need is to cultivate bodhicitta. If you do not have this preliminary of bodhicitta, no practice can be accomplished. Bodhicitta is the antidote to self-grasping, no matter what path you follow, whether it is the pratimoksha, the bodhisattva, or the Vajrayana path. If you follow the pratimoksha or individual liberation path, the essence of that is to abandon harming others. You practice the bodhisattva path, the essence of that is to train the mind in altruism, a wish to benefit others. And the essence of the Vajrayana path is to see how things really are. It is said, I have not recognized my own mind to be Buddha. So that is what you really are. The mind is like space, and within space, there is no suffering. That state is a state of great bliss beyond any suffering. So this is the experience of when you see your true nature. And so this is something I've been telling you again and again. And the Buddha said, I have taught thousands of sutras in thousands of worlds. And while my words are different, are distinct, they have a single meaning. If you meditate or practice this single meaning, this single point, you have practiced all of these words. You have accomplished all of the meaning of all of these words. And so this one point, this essential point to cultivate, that is the ultimate truth. And the ultimate truth is that self and other are non-dual, because mind is like space. So if you understand that mind is like space, you also understand how self and other are non-dual. So it's called the secret mantra. Secret because it is naturally hidden. You are hiding it from yourself through not seeing your true nature. But whenever you do see your true nature, your space-like nature, that is the Buddha. You see the Buddha. And so Buddha in Tibetan means Sangye, and Sang means to have cleared away all dualistic thought of self and other. And when that is cleared away, the mind becomes vast, and that's the meaning of Gye. So the mind becomes vast like space. Wherever space pervades, the mind pervades. And so that is really the essence of the wisdom being here in the sadhana. It is the mind that realizes its nature. The mind that does not realize is called the dualistic consciousness. And that can just see like a self. But whenever you look at your true nature, you can see the true nature of this consciousness. So for example, even an ant, for example, any being that carries this solidified concept of a self with it. And that's what we call the consciousness. If you understand the meaning of the Vajrayana, in order to understand the meaning of the Vajrayana, mainly you have to train the mind in bodhicitta. And the main point of the generation stage is to recognize your true nature. So when cultivating bodhicitta, it means that mainly we cultivate immeasurable love. When immeasurable love arises within you, then just naturally your body and speech will become the deity. And so then various signs may appear. Milarepa had said, as we progress along the bhumis and the paths, we need certain kind of signs, the kind of road signs of where we are at. And these need to be recognized. So what are these signs? A sign of learning, of not Dharma learning, is a peaceful, a calm behavior, a calm disposition. Then a sign of meditation is an absence of afflictive emotions, meaning that the mind is quite relaxed if you really meditate. Because when all negative emotions and self-grasping have been pacified and you have cultivated an altruistic mind, the mind becomes quite calm and relaxed. So to accomplish, really accomplishing the Vajrayana, we need to start by cultivating an altruistic mind. That's really where the Vajrayana begins. So we have to make mainly an effort in the altruistic mind. And so for practicing the secret mantra Vajrayana, so that is really the main part. And here, this visualization here in the sadhana of the wisdom being, the inch size, the wisdom being, the thumb joint size, that is the main visualization that we focus on day and night until it becomes completely clear. So this year, as I'm not going to speak too much because you've heard that, and also we have the Vajrakilaya book that I encourage you to read. Also,
Three thousand Kavazo Mulama gave you in the Mambo Pebdo, the Kachu Kamata, Koto Twatri, Kitiki, Chibori, Twatri, the officer tenant, was a Tamaki Kanto Lama gave you Mabolita, Twatri, Kichipodo, Tatang, Tamil Twatri, Tati, three Jedi Limpason, Ketamambo shake me.
also, we have a lot of lamas, spiritual teachers here. Then you should take advantage of that opportunity and ask them questions. Asking questions is quite important. So if you have any questions, please write them down on a piece of paper and bring them to the office. And we will all do our best to answer all of your questions. So it's very important to ask these questions, and you have these lamas here, so please prepare your questions. And so during the retreat, we will mainly focus on mantra recitation, and I will not talk too much.
这就说那把了，上海东还是小的，这是他，对，我说，上海基本这是他说的，抗生素剂sempre有的，啥这个就有的，甚至那么常见人，啥这那个送把的，这实际的还高那么的，咱家我搞这个浪漫家铺那个送的，搞对了得送过的，然后是啥这叫我嘛是，那多出个人叫多嘛多。mà cái những người cho chọn mà nè, rồi này lúc vậy cho gì bà chỉ xong, chỉ tổng thì chỉ xong rồi đấy,咱们这个总单位对吧？他们这提的人都有嘞，送这个他们得走过来，这不给的不是的用地些不有嘞，这里产业的这什么产业就得走过来，得这个等你产业呢这哦，同样的难度，生活的得到嘛。There is no objective there. You want to tell you want to tell the send you want that's what you want. They young are to manage the way. Nang safety, seven new monk. New monk tell it. They can't do Charles Sena canon. There is talk chat on new monk talk stage over me. They did it. There's the tongue. There's dandini nyumo bangaso de derji de dandini yimping lo me chik derta ko yo mane tever tong chek da mar ko ma yimping sa to ka sem de me na der kare chena de to ko yo mane cha gong de ma je der kare pe tu to to ba de sa ha ko de to de sa chuk de shok ya ko dong de le ko so me na
Also, Rinpoche.
Yo.
So now, the Dhamma friends, I'm still going to say a few more words about the meaning of the Vajrayana in general. So, according to the Vajrayana, the secret mantra, all sentient beings in the three realms of samsara possess the cause of Buddhahood within them. That is why the Buddha himself said that all sentient beings are Buddhas. But no one realizes that. Chamgyung Kongtrul said in calling the Lama from afar, he said that my own mind is Buddha, but I never realized that. Thoughts are the Dharmakaya, but I don't realize this. This is the unfabricated, innate, natural state, but I cannot sustain it. This is how things really are in the natural state, but I have no trust in it. So there's this single point that we need to understand. The single essence is the ultimate truth. And there is just one ultimate truth in this world, in this universe. And we have to be able to find that one truth by bringing everything back into one essence. That's actually one quality of the Tibetan language. The expression of the Tibetan language kind of has this ability to bring everything to its essence. It's very concise and essential. And it is also said that all the Buddhas abide within a single atom, an atomic particle. That points to that truth, that everything is contained within one thing, so the essence. And so that is what we need to find. And so the outer universe consists of the 5 elements. And that is what we need to bring to the essence, this vast universe. So the essence is, all it is the 5 elements. The essence of the 5 elements is the 5 female Buddhas, the 5 consorts, the Dakinis. And the essence of the female Buddhas is emptiness. So that's the essence of the 5 elements. And then the inner sentient beings all possess the 5 afflictive emotions. And so we also speak about the 6 afflictive emotions, and that is when on top of the 5, you combine attachment with jealousy, then you have 6. So there is those to be tamed, that which is to be tamed, and that which tames it. And so that which is to be tamed is those 5 afflictive emotions, self-grasping. That which tames it is the altruistic mind, or bodhicitta, and nothing else. So that's really the one essential meaning. If you do not cultivate, if you cannot cultivate bodhicitta, an altruistic mind, no matter what you do, it will not be quite right, it will not be accomplished. Just like as long as you don't melt the ice block, you can't really use the inherent water in any way. And so that's the reason why we all have to make this effort in cultivating bodhicitta. Lessa?
tata nga sarni I sungu yore tata nga sarma te tata tata gyuti chibo ye song tari tatu khortak te la sowa tangi gyuti chibo ye song te tabche gongpa di kangi di te yang tani di rangi nang tsalong nga nyamni na te ne tari tao wang ye de xio wang xio ji zhe de tari ti nang me pa tari gawa ye gong la tari no tari ne lo tatok tari gawa ye de nam to ga ro yo te nam to ga so ne tari che de chi jung mo le ke yo le de tari tsalong de ne de nga sa ma ge de tam chi de nam ju ji so go gawa ji ta nam ju ji de ke yo le tari nga ji ma ga ta te chadel ni de ila ye so me parle tari sa te be te tari to se tari ni de ila ye te me parle je trop de ta la to de yo le te ha ko so tari sa da so don je ye so te ha ko so te sa wo ha ko pe la ke nya sa la tari ta sa nga ka re ya le ji na ha ko to ko yo le te ki chi mo yo le.
And in the Vajrayana, we have the old and the new tantric systems, or the Sarma and the Nyingma. The Sarma is the new tantric system, and it consists of the 4 classes of tantra. And within that, for example, we have Kala Chakra and others. And so what is the enlightened intent of those classes of tantra? So it's mainly to realize on the basis of the inner practice of the channels and winds. And for that, one first receives the 4 empowerments, and then through inner visualization, one meditates on the 4 joys, the 4 levels of bliss. And then through that, one comes to realize one's true, ultimate, actual nature. That is because through cultivating, meditating on those 4 joys, ordinary thoughts stop. And when they stop, you come to see your Buddha nature. So the tantras of the new tantric system are connected to the channels and winds practices. And there's also the 4 yogas of Mahamudra, which are also directly related to those 4 joys, or kinds of bliss. And then there's the Nyingma, the old tantric system. And here the essential practice is the 4 stages of approach and accomplishment, which mainly is a focus on the visualization, the clear visualization. And the clear visualization comes down to mainly the visualization of sending out light rays and gathering them back. So that's important to understand. And then in relation to those 4 stages of approach and accomplishment in the Nyingma, there are 4 nails that bind the life force. So it's good to understand those clearly, and then engage in practice on the basis of this understanding. So if you have that, then whatever Vajrayana practice you engage in, you will be able to understand it. And so that's why they're very important.
你这比那也得的这个能力些呢你大把干能到公吧你把送干没来过到你把你把送要不朋友你把到公吧这里这把送不把长期到公吧在这里这轻松的背着的有会有的人家的这俺考的公不干的到俺真的少打了没公嘛他们这公出过的这个里sem de yoma ji chada ji me tri sem de yang de samla de ni shap ya kong de tri shap de tang sa che cha ta bo de le tri ka le che le cho ko yo le bel me ge na mi lo lo be ta la ga kap ja ya ta ji cha zao ma zo ko yo le pa de cha zao ma ngi zao ma cha ge yo ma le sem de cha da ji zao ma zo ko ye tri zao ma ka che cha na tri de le tri de le da 嘴巴的这啥种这个人巴的，人玩人巴的，这垃圾啥的喂啥的，这他们的，这把人玩着他们的，谁年轻他们家伙子的，当我讲，那我刚听到讲话的，你俺考的差了呗，搞就啥个讲他们了，哦，他搞就蓝是讲他们了，可是这个讲他们的，他就人巴的son子，哦，这里的。俺没来过他们公馆，你看你们的，这俺这得上课了，这里地方那不就管那炸药了，这里俺课通不他妈的，俺没来过他们，这里公说了，这里俺没来过他们公馆的，你看你把说，这里啥他你我吃个的，这咖喱这里也不碰见几把他们的，他儿子找的些个药嘞，儿子找的这咖喱的呢。ये दर्शक इंबो सेंटी दर्शक सेंटी तमजेला दर्शक इंबो येली योरी कुछ चारों जो चारों दादी के चारों दादी के चारों दादी के चलते जो साचों से का चेला तेरी साचों से तो जोर तावरे चारों से दादी के चारों तावरे पहले जब निमाचन चारों जो पहले तावरे तो जोचे तेरे चारों के शौक ने 이 자고 잡소라 이제 이 잡소도 딱 맞지 이 첫장만 딱 맞잖아 이 이제다 봉화 차직다고 공부하기 바지 다다다지 나오 니버가 마핀 탈라메고 니바 이 한편 대상 코트바고 예와 니바지 이 한편 코르피 쇼키 뭐 밤이 코트바데 다 드바지 다들이 어제도 공부하고 제 조합들이 동 가리들 파 제 조합들이 무슨 로고 저거래 로고 뭐들이 룸에 당이 마셨다고 그래 이때 콜로티 하던 콜로나 이 샘도 발탄도 연탁고요 말이야 콜로티도 내고 그래 콜로티는 콜로를 빼나 라코르데 이 공접 살 라코르 코르데 세들 라코르 잡는 거라 이 라코르 주세 먹고 빼도 콜로트지 용띠지 샘도 발탄에 내 그걸 말이야 샘도 콜로 잡는 저거래 들이 다 되지 샘 콜로들이 차올 쳐지 시원해 들이 되라 사바체미기 사바체미기는 다 어제 trouble 어제 티바들 삼질이 참고를 빼나 사바체미 봐서 오나 들이 샘지 덤비 람들이 빼나 나벌 동해지 오나 샘지 덤비 동해지 람들 지네 맨 버터와는 돌띠 동해지 지네 그래 이제 지그래 사바요는 이제 지그래 이게를 했지 다 단지군에 들을 시켜 오래 대도 냠냠들이 되는 이좀 일하게 들이 잡은 번을 보고 차적되고 공부하지 샘지 탐지기 der지기 우라는 동대 또네 들이 샘지 탐에 감사 말이야 예체보다 샘지 탐지 상리에 자고 참아지다 처리해야 돼 자고 참아 잡지는 말래 잡도들 좋을래 들이대셔서는 들이 잡지 쳐도 제배 받기를 들이 사지 공항들 들이들 보고 차적되고 공부하지 들이지 값은 말이야 나와라 답아나 들도의 시절로 봐도 들이 마서가 나다를 쓰면 좋고해 나와라 나와 탐지 무엇든 지만 말해지 두제가 좀 따바래 들이고 벌려 너는 또 많이 이래지 두제 탐지 못따봐서 못따봐 또 말이 못따봐 또 말이지 돈이 또 배를 매정 통하는 오 매정 정도 은혜를 쌓고 요래 매디 적들 은혜에서는 싸우러 왔다는 샤자 도고 너도들 매디디 dede namanato dede 공부는지 셔도록 색줄 탈을 저도 그것도 오 류도 맞아 봐래서 저도 성거를 맞아 봐거든 dede 담지 맞아 봐 사게 답게 동네에서 들들 대만들 다도 성나 들들 강이만 원래 그 박사 이런 거래 대답을 뛰는들이 동네에 저래서 너는 또 봐지 하고 오 제부들이 제요를 이제 부들은 저러고 생골 때지 요 말이지 생부들이 되지 거래 어때 너를 하고 거래지
So the four branches of approach and accomplishment. So there is kind of sort of similes, kind of analogies, some words that explain what they are. So those four stages are like the moon with a garland of stars, which is the approach. And then there is the first there is just the moon, and then of the garland of stars, and then there is the dots, the garland of the stars themselves, and that is the close approach. And then the third one is like the messenger of a king, which is the accomplishment. And then the fourth is the like a disturbed beehive, like breaking a beehive, and that is the great accomplishment. And so what this basically means is that, so first, like this garland, first is like the garland of stars. And so what that means is that first we focus on visualizing the mantra garland until we are able to see it very clearly. And so that is the first thing we need to accomplish, and we have to practice that until we can see that very clearly. And so then that is when that is clear, you have accomplished the approach, which is the first stage of those four. And so it is becoming clear, then gradually, then the mind becomes clear, like a clear kind of moon, or kind of like a dot in the sky, a clear sphere. And what becomes clear is just like murky water becomes refined or purified. Wisdom becomes more and more clear. So, for example, if you purify the water to its most pure form, it becomes medicinal. For example, you can use it as eye drops, you put it in your eyes, or you can get like an injection that one uses very pure water. And so that is the quality of pure water or pure wisdom. And so how the mind becomes really pure and really clear is by cultivating really essentially bodhicitta. And when you have bodhicitta, the mind becomes increasingly clear. So you visualize this garland very clear. So once you are able to see the deity or the garland, what you're visualizing very, very clearly, that is like the garland of stars. And it arises then in an instant. You can bring it to mind, and it's very clear in your mind in an instant. So the approach. Then second is the close approach. And so here, when you have visualized the garland, it then begins to circulate a little bit. And so when the garland begins to circulate, it forms this sphere, like a dot of the moon in the sky, like a clear round sphere. So first it begins by circling slowly, and then it accelerates. So it becomes so fast that you can't even visually perceive each syllable any longer. It just becomes like, for example, a turning engine of an airplane. So it becomes like one circle, and it also gives off this sound, the sound of the mantra. So when that is accomplished, you have accomplished the second stage, which is the close approach. Then the third stage is the stage of, which is like a messenger, a king's messenger being dispatched. And so that stage is the stage where you send out light rays from this rotating mantra garland. So you're sending out light rays, and these light rays then touch upon all sentient beings. And so what this represents is that all sentient beings already possess Buddha nature. And by pervading them with this light, which is the light of love, they come to recognize it. And so their mind has become like an ice block, like solidified due to self-grasping. And in order for an ice block to melt, you need warmth, like the sun. If you put an ice block in the sun, the ice will melt. And that warmth is the heat of bodhicitta. So when all these ice blocks then melt through the warmth of bodhicitta, they become water, like a vast ocean. It all becomes a vast ocean. So this is the activity of the third or the accomplishment stage. You're sending out the light rays, which is like dispatching a king's messenger. And then the fourth step is like the reverberating of the mantra, like a disturbed or broken beehive. So that is when all beings become the deity, the mantra reverberates. So again, we have first visualized the mantra garland. Then next, it slowly begins to turn. Then it accelerates, becoming fast, like an airplane's engine. And then light rays are sent out of that, from that, pervading all beings. And so this is what we mainly focus on. And by visualizing this, these light rays are being sent out, these light rays then dispel the darkness in the minds of all those beings. And so as you focus on this, the mind is not distracted. The reason why we focus on the wheel or this mantra garland is so that the mind can stay there without distraction. So the mind just keeps following the rotation of that garland, which is, by the way, also a purpose of spinning a prayer wheel. When you spin a prayer wheel, then the mind also follows the rotation of the wheel and therefore is not distracted. So it supports single-pointedness. And so for those light rays that are sent out through the rotation, it's the light rays of immeasurable love. So that's what the light really is. And it pervades the universe of beings which are suffering. So these light rays, when they are sent out, they see the suffering of all those beings. And this becomes like this, you see, for example, like the beehive, or you see any being, like a bee, for example, too. You see them and you feel immense compassion for them. If you see their suffering, whatever you see their suffering, and immense compassion arises from that. And when this compassion arises, every time compassion arises, self-grasping weakens, get lesser and lesser. So these four branches of approach and accomplishment, they have to be really merged with practice. You have to actually experience them. So in the fourth stage, the great accomplishment, which is like a disturbed beehive, so that is when you then realize that all sentient beings actually possess Buddha nature. The three realms are a pure land, a celestial palace. Everyone is a Buddha. All those ice blocks are actually water, and when they melt, they become a vast ocean. In the Nyingma system, it also is said, it speaks about appearances are the deity, sounds are the mantra, thoughts are the display of primordial wisdom, or mind itself is the display of primordial wisdom. So appearances are the deity. This means that appearances do not possess a concrete inherent existence because they are compounded phenomena. Compounded phenomena are composed of particles, and due to that, they are impermanent. And that is what we call basically emptiness. All compounded phenomena are impermanent. That is why they are empty. For example, when you see a person, you think that, oh, that's the person, it's a real person. But actually what you are looking at is a person's body, and the body is impermanent. You know that because we always mention that. So everything, all compounded phenomena are impermanent. Everything contaminated or ordinary is suffering. And ordinary people perceive these appearances as being real, really existing things, and they perceive themselves as a self within that. And that is due to a karmic habitual pattern in their mind. And that is the cause of suffering. When you understand emptiness, you realize that it is all empty. It doesn't really exist. It's not that solid, because this whole world, it will all disintegrate. It will all collapse. But what cannot collapse, what cannot perish is the mind. So that's the important thing to understand here. That's so?
Oh, the Jimara Pakasomara de Tony Sanang Sipala, Salamirama, Ramse, Laptata de Jid Chedo, the lot of the Kai Pigade, lot of two lots something to top grade, they say, lots of they told her, oh, Ransil, something chair song, the lot with that, they go to Bush, she's a did last what Kali and go to watch it. Go to watch a lot of this something wrong to Sari, so they no something that was so worried. Something you get that lot of that, not something total wrong, come the chicken was any, surely the Chakram shot of Gore. Don't never got it, something you go ready. Something you will tell ya, Sanjay Tamsil and Chuba, the Konga Sanjay Tiba Yubaya, Chutu a lot of debate. Something they also debate children over. Go to the debate children over. Says the deal, go to the debate, he children over. Oh, man, you married. Tanga control the debate children over. Sanjay, you did some chapter. Sanjay Zachiboris. That is the remember the time. That did you choose something, choose Achibori. This Sanjay the children, not Jiva, Chap, Mambo, don't need a ton of Dr. Hakon. This makes it, the tree makes it, Shap makes it. That's Sanjay is called the Bachel door. So you must something just a much image. There's not with that, and most is that the Nibadi, Nibaka, the body, Sibil, Nigita, Sanjay, the Bachel door, the little and Sanjay.
And so Milarepa had said that when, as what we call emptiness is the increasing clarity as you progress along the stages and the paths. So the progression of stages and paths is the increasing clarity on emptiness, seeing emptiness clearer and clearer and clearer. That's a progress on the path. And he said that for this, we need the ornament of signs, meaning that there are certain signs that indicate that we are on that path. And so if you practice a deity, what's the benefit of practicing a deity? What do we need to accomplish? What we need to gain from it is the deity's immeasurable love. We need to develop love. So therefore, that's the sign. If your love increases, it is a sign that you are accomplishing the deity. In one conversation between Guru Rinpoche and Yeshe Tsogyal asked Guru Rinpoche, what actually are those many different deities? And Guru Rinpoche said, all these deities are nothing else but love. So what we should take from that is to know that that is important. That is what I need. It's love. That is a sign of accomplishing the deity. If you develop love, love arises. The ice block of your self-grasping is melting, and Buddha nature reveals itself. And so this is really the main focus of the first stage, the approach. You mainly need to cultivate love here. If you have love, that love becomes an offering to all the Buddhas. It becomes clouds of offerings. And when these offerings are made, your faith, your belief in the deity, your faith in the three jewels increases. And that's the next sign. Actually, when faith in the deity and the jewels increase, naturally, as a result of that, your compassion increases. And you may feel that I'm different than I was before, I'm not the same. I have so much devotion to the three jewels. The qualities of the Buddha are really inconceivable. The Buddha is so precious. Why? Because the Buddha gave us the antidote to suffering, the Dharma. What's the Dharma? It is love and compassion. That is what's most precious. And that is because if I have that, then I have a way to become free of suffering in all future lifetimes. So if you understand this, then your Dharma eyes or your wisdom eyes will open up. And so therefore, as a first sign of accomplishing, of really practicing the deity, first sign of real deity practice is an increase of your faith, your devotion in the higher beings like the Buddha and the jewels, the deity, and an increase of your love and your compassion for all sentient beings. So that's really the main sign of practicing or focus of the first approach stage. It is to develop faith in the deity and compassion for sentient beings. So with this, I stop the teachings here. Also?
issue forth, passing from my mouth into the mouth of the consort. This self-resounding mantra proclaimed by the inconceivable Dakas and Dakini in the consort's four chakras arouses the mind stream. From the consort's secret place, the mantra garland enters my Vajra, and the deities residing within my channels proclaim the sound of the mantra. I visualize the mantra garland dissolving ceaselessly into my heart.
Om Bendar Kala Kala Yan Zahong Bambo Kadam Kayen Zai Benzaya Anzete Apara Anzete Marazen Tramadana Ye Sarva Bene Pa Om Pe Om Banza Kala Kala Zahong Bambo Kadam Kayen Zai Benzai Anzide apara anzide marasin pamaradana ye sarva bene bahom bhe om benzer kile kilaya zahom bam kadam gayen zayen benzai anzide apara anzide marasin pamaradana ye sarva bene bahom bhe Om Banza Kili Kilai Zahong Pamho Kadam Gayen Zai Benzai Anzite Aparanzit Marazena Pamaradanai Sarva Bene Pam Pe Om Banza Kili Kilai Zahong Pam Kadam Gayen Zai Benzai Anzite Aparanzit Marazena Pamaradana Sarva Bene Pam Hom Pe Om Benza Kili Kilayan Zavon Pam Kadam Gayen Zayen Benzaya Anzite Aparanzit Marazena Pamaradana Sarva Bene Pam Hom Pe Om Benza Kili Kilayan Zavon Pam Kadam Gayen Zayen Benzaye Anzete Aparanzit Marazena Pamaradana Sarva Bene Pam Pe Om A E O O R Le E O Ang Kaka Ganga Cha Janya Cha Dana Ta Dana Papa ma yarala wa shaka sa hakya sova oma re o ang kaka kangana cha hanya ta dana ta dana papa ma yarala wa shaka sa hakya sova oma ang kaka hanga cha nya ta dana papa yara lava shaka sa kya sava om benza sato samaya manu pala benza sato tino pa titanda do me bava sote kayo me bava sopo chayo me bava Anarato me bhava sarva siddhe me dayata sarva karma sudam me siddham hiriyam kuru hong ha ho bangave sarva tathangatam benza mame benza benza bhava mahasama sato om benza satva samaya manupalaya benza satva tino patita dedo me bhava sudeka me bhava supochayo me bhava anerakto me bhava sarva siddhe me payata sarva karma sudame chitam hiriyam kuru hong ha ho bangave sarva tathangatam benza mame benza benza bhava mahasama sato om benza satva samaya manupalaya benza satva tino patita dedo me bhava sudeka me bhava supocha me bhava anurato me bhava sarva siddhe me dayata sarva karma sudame Chidang Shiriyam Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bangavayan Sarva Tatanga Tantan Zema Mrimen Zantan Zeba Ma Samaya Satwa Ome Ye Dharma Hede Barba Hedin Tuken Tatanga To Heyo Vadin Tuken Tayo Naroda Avamboda Ma Shamanaya Sova Om Ye Dharma Hede Parbhava Hedin Tushan Tatanga To Heyo Vadin Tushan Tayo Naroda Avamboda Ma Shamanaya Sova Om Ye Dharma Hede Parbhava Hedin Tushan Tatanga To Heyo Vadin Tushan Tayo Naroda Avamboda Ma Shamanaya so vai oi pardian parve la doye zena sang wen je bamba kasang to yon jin liu do Ba Ming Gon Zhen Yang Jia Ya Do Jie Zhe Gong Do
Page 36.
Noi Lama Renzi Lo Tong Kan Do Tam Je Nam Ka La Ngen Je To Da Wang Ge Tri Yin De Te Ne Jin Ko Ne Ta Nam Jor Ba Nam La Xin Jin Bei Jian To Zi Wa Jin Bu Gong Za